Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of U.S. History Made Plain. I'm a high school history teacher trying to make history as fun and interesting for my students as possible. There are a lot of mixed feelings about the decision though, because with Democrats, even Southern Democrats, some felt like this decision crossing the line a little bit too much because everybody was trying to figure out what the issue of slavery or what the final decision for America was going to be on slavery. And Buchanan was just elected. And so after his election, they decide to put a nail in the coffin and say slavery is constitutional and it's unconstitutional to take anyone's property and to exclude slavery. So it was kind of answering the question for how America feels about slavery for everyone, including all Democrats, all Republicans. So even some Democrats who didn't quite agree with that felt like this was a very final decision and didn't like that. And so that pushed them over to join the Republicans. So all the Dred Scott decision actually did was strengthen the Republicans and put them over the top to be able to take over from 1860 to 1932, except for 4 presidents. It seems super shady, and it actually gave the Southern Democrats a super bad name because it showed what lengths they were willing to go to get their way. And they were willing to change legislation. They were willing to lie and cheat and just say whatever they needed to say to make it work for them in order to get their way. And a lot of people did not like that. Stephen Douglas, who was a Democrat, had a really hard time with the Dred Scott decision because his whole thing was popular sovereignty. He believed that each state should be able to vote for themselves whether or not they're going to be slave or free. So with the Dred Scott decision, saying that excluding slavery in any territory is against the law put him in a catch-22 because yes, he was a Democrat and wanted to stay a Democrat, but he did believe in popular sovereignty. Dred Scott went against popular sovereignty because it said you cannot exclude slavery anywhere, meaning that states could not vote for themselves to be free if they wanted to. So as a person who was running with the Democrats and trying to stay in power and keep his popularity as a political figure with the Democrats, he couldn't say that he was all for popular sovereignty, and he couldn't say that he supported the Dred Scott decision. But he also couldn't say that he didn't support the Dred Scott decision because it was just going to be political suicide for him. Douglas still tried to stay with popular sovereignty and defend the Dred Scott decision, and it lost him a lot of support, and it lost him his chance at the White House.